YouTube, what's poppin'? Y'all, it's your boy D Hyde. Just want to welcome you guys back to the channel. Hope you guys are taking care of yourselves, man. Staying safe, staying blessed. Now, today's video, fellas, I just wanted to show you guys how I maintain my medium-sized beard. Okay, now I know you guys seen me shoot countless videos of lining up my beard, fading my beard, doing all these different things to my beard. You know, bringing up my cheek line, lowering my cheek line, hitting the jaw line, all these different things, you know what I'm saying? But in today's video, I wanted to keep it as short as possible and show you guys how I maintain my medium-sized beard on a weekly basis. Show you guys how I hit this cheek line without using a straight razor. And I'll be honest with you guys, man, I haven't used a straight razor in some time. All I've been using, honestly, is my bevel trimmers. So what I want to do again is show you guys how I manage this thing, you know, how I pick it out and do the whole nine, and quickly just go ahead and sharpen everything up and make everything look tight and right for the weekend. As I always start off with just kind of cleaning up the head. You know, I've already shaved off a little bit of hair already. Kind of made my guide where I want the beard to start to blend into the bald head. And I did it on both sides, you know what I mean? But just to show you guys really quick again, this is what I typically do. I come to here, and then I take that up like that. And then from here, I clean all that up. All right, fellas, so once I create that guideline, all I'm gonna do is try to pick out the beard as much as possible. So typically, if the beard is kind of dry, of course, I'm not gonna pick it when it's dry. I like to kind of wet it up a little bit. So I'll just add a little bit of water to it, just to kind of loosen everything up. And you can do this, you know, maybe straight out the shower or add a little bit of water from the sink. But just massage this into the beard a little bit. And again, this is just gonna help to loosen up the beard and make it a little easier to pick. Now you can come with your towel and dry up that water. You can just try to squeeze out as much as possible. So now I can come back with the pick and really try to get as much volume as I can with this beard. It's gonna be really difficult for you to get the beard to be, you know, as straight as possible or picked out as full as possible to give you that even cut. I've seen a lot of guys, when they go to the barber shop, they use like a heat comb or a heat brush, blow dryer, those type of things to kind of pick out their beard to give it the most volume. But I've never really had a problem with doing it this way. Me doing it this way, I'm not really gonna dig deep into the beard. All I'm gonna do is look for high points, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times my growth is heavy right here on the sides. So I get this part to kind of like, it'll start to like poof out a little bit more right up in here, and then right up in here on the sides. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is just clean this up and bring this down just a little bit, and then knock this down a little bit, okay? And not really mess with this. Probably cut off a little bit of stragglers, because you will see some hairs that just kind of stick out, and you can go and knock those off, you know what I'm saying? And not really dig deep into the beard. And if you got that transparency down here to where you have a lot of super long hairs that's kind of transparent, you know, a lot of times I like to go ahead and just knock that off and clean it up. That way everything looks nice and together, you know, and still full. So from here, fellas, all I want to do again is concentrate on these areas. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna hold this pretty much flat and knock off some of that. And then I'm gonna come in here and really try to angle this beard. So basically what I do is I come in here and I kind of, you see how I'm angling this? I come in here and I hold this flat. I'm not coming in like this, and I'm not coming in like doing this or none of that. I'm coming in flat, okay? So this is flat against my beard, and what I wanna do is I wanna come up and I just wanna angle it to where I'm just taking off some of that bulk, okay? And then right up in here, the same thing. All right, all I'm doing is flattening this area down a little bit. I'm not doing nothing crazy, extreme, all right? And then here, I wanna make sure I do the same thing where I kind of even it out a little bit. When it comes to this part right here, you gotta be real careful, especially for me, because I have really long hairs right here when it comes to my mustache. So that kind of hides my little gap right there. Okay, so I don't want to knock that down at all. So actually, let me brush that. And then from here, I like to work my way up again and just even this area out. All right. It's almost like, it's like sculpting, you know? You're just sculpting your beard. That's all you're doing. You're working on your masterpiece. You know what I mean? You're working on your masterpiece, man. These angles and this shape really can make a big difference in your beard and how it looks also. You know, there's nothing wrong with having a big poofy beard on the sides and stuff like that. But for me, my personal preference is just having more of that shorter look on the sides, and then having it drop down and you get that full length. It just makes the beard look a lot better, in my opinion. You know what I mean? From here, as you guys can see how I'm holding it, I'm just knocking off a little bit of those long hairs on the side right there. Okay? And I can come on this side and do the same thing. I'm just floating the clippers and just knocking off some of those little long stragglers. So when it comes to the final look, of course, that's just hitting the line, hitting my old lines, making sure that, you know, it looks nice and sharp, and cleaning up all this extra hair up under my neck and on my cheek. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, man. When it comes to my cheek line, I haven't used a straight razor in months. And when I say months, it's been at least 7 to 8 months, you know? If you guys follow me, or you guys have been following me from the beginning, man, you guys know that I used to use a straight razor all the time. It really made my beard look super sharp and nice. But one thing I've learned with using a straight razor on a regular basis is that it can really start to bring your line down, you know? When you're going for that sharp look and you're constantly, you know, stretching the skin and trying to get it to where it's nice and sharp, you're taking down a little bit of that growth every time you hit your line with that straight razor. You know, if you're good, if you're really good, then you can pretty much keep it at the same line. But I found that it's pretty rough. In my own personal experience, man, it's pretty hard maintaining that line super sharp every single week without dropping it down a little bit, you know? So what I've been doing, honestly, is I've been using my bevel trimmers, man. I've had these things since 2017, still hitting hard. And I basically use them just to kind of give me that sharp line, you know? Using something like this, I can just go to my old line and just barely tap it and work my way around, create that angle, and I'm done. You know, I'm not looking for no super sharp line like with the straight razor, because these give me a sharp enough line to where the beard looks really nice and looks together. And the reason why I still use these is because they hit actually harder than my Andes. These are zero gapped, but they're not as sharp as these. You know, maybe when they were brand new and I had them zero gaps, they would hit, but still, even though they would not give me the sharp line that I get with these bevels, man. Now you can get some modified blades to where, you know, I'm pretty sure you look on YouTube, there's guys that do modified blades. They can get the Andes to hit super hard. You know, they adjust the inside, tighten everything up, tweak it, get you those modified blades, get you zero gaps down. Man, as soon as you just touch it, barely tap it, the hair is coming off and you got a super sharp line, okay? I haven't gotten to that point yet with these, so that's why I'm still using these. But again, fellas, just using these alone, or just some really sharp clippers, can give you a nice line without having to do a lot of extra work, you know? Of course, we know using that straight razor, man, you gotta be real careful. You gotta kind of go over that spot, be very delicate. You don't wanna be too heavy-handed and push that line down too much. But again, I've had great success using just these, and I really haven't had any problems with dropping my line down the way I used to when I was using a straight razor, okay? So with that being said, man, let me show you guys exactly how this thing works. I kind of hit it a little bit already off camera. So what I want to show you guys again is, all I'm gonna do is just come to my old line, okay? So I'm not doing nothing super, you know, extra. All I'm doing is just coming and starting right above the old line. And hitting it just like that, okay? Now, as you guys can see, it looks pretty good. If I wanted to be a little sharper, I can always nitpick it. You know what I mean? I can come in here and I can see a couple hairs that needs to be cut down, maybe like right here in this area. But just looking at it like this, it looks good, you know? And I can come to this side and do the same thing. I'm starting just barely above my old line, okay? Just a little bit above my old line. All right, and just like that, I'm done. Not bad, you know, not bad for a quick little 1, 2, 3, and I'm done step when it comes to hitting the cheek line. Okay, I'm not pushing my line down. I'm not stretching the skin and trying to get it super, super sharp. It's great. Don't get me wrong, hitting it with the straight razor, it makes the beard look, you know, it gives it that super clean angle and sharpness. But a lot of times, again, I found myself pushing that line down a little lower, and I'm trying to maintain my line the way it is on a regular basis, you know, on a week-to-week basis. And I've been down that road too many times, man, and I'm not trying to go down that road like I was before, because it's a pain in the butt. You know, it's a pain in the butt trying to get back and grow back, reestablish that cheek line, man. It really is. All right, so again, doing it this way, just going over my cheek line with some sharp trimmers like these bevels, or if you have some really sharp Andes or walls or whatever you use and they're hitting really hard, all you got to do really is go over that old line, you know, just stay a little bit above it and try to clean it up as best as possible. You'll find yourself not having that issue of using that straight razor. But if you are really good with the straight razor and you don't have any problems bringing your line down, then of course, you know, you just want to keep doing what you're doing. But I'm just giving you my experience of using the straight razor. You know, even though I'm pretty good with the straight razor, I do find myself kind of pushing that line down every time I'm trying to get a super sharp, clean look with that straight razor. Okay, so using this works out a lot better for me, and it's quicker. You know, I'm in and out. All right. So once I'm done with the cheek line, all I'm gonna do really is go over my old neckline, you know, the way it is now, and it's pretty, you know, basic 1-2 steps. I'm not doing anything extra. I'm just going to my old line, and all I'm gonna do is follow this old line and just knock off those hairs. Okay, come around and just clean everything up. And then from here, I'm also gonna clean up all that hair down at the bottom, okay? Now, when it comes to the mustache, I don't like to do too much with the stash. You know, again, if you already have your stash established, I don't like my stash being pushed all the way down, you know, because when it starts to grow, you start to see all that regrowth growing up here. Doesn't really look good. So what I try to do is I try to keep my stash as natural as possible. That's easier said than done when it comes to some people like myself, where my mustache doesn't really grow too thick. I know some guys, they have super big mustaches to where they have to trim it down a little bit more. But if you're like me and you have more of just a regular, you know, average stash, I should say, and it grows in more natural, what I like to do again is just knock off some of the extra growth at the top, okay? I'm not really digging into the stash. I'm not doing anything crazy like that, and that just gives me more of a natural look when it comes to my stash, okay? So all I'm gonna do is come in here, and just knock off that little top piece, all right? Nothing special. Come on this side over here, and do the same thing, all right? Now, if I have any extra growth on the lip, on the top of the lip up here, what I like to do is just kind of come in, push my finger down onto my lip right here, and then just hit this part. And then I'm following the top of the lip up here, okay? Then the same thing from over here. Come and brush it down a little bit. Then another option is also to kind of curve your lips in like this, and then you can come with the clippers and just hit the top of that lip. If you're like me and you get a lot of growth right up in here, I like to hold the clippers at an angle and just come in here and just knock off a little bit of that extra growth that's growing over this way of the lip. And then come in here and clean up a little bit of this growth on the bottom of the lip. Not digging all the way in here, but just right around here. And then do the same thing on this side, okay? This is all little small details just to make it look together and nice, okay? You cutting off some of that extra growth. It's like when you, you got a tree outside and it looks really nice, but it can use a little bit of cleaning up. You pop off some branches here, you take some leaves off here. Before you know it, you still have a big, full, nice little tree, but it looks nice and cleaned up, basically. So basically, that's what I'm doing to my beard. Is I'm just doing small little details. Not doing nothing too extreme. Knocking off a little bit of hair up here on the stash. Just doing a quick little line with my liners without going too sharp. Knocking off a little bit of growth up on the cheek right here, and then on the chin area, just to kind of give the beard a little more shape. And of course, hitting the neckline and doing the whole nine, okay? And I'm good to go, all right? And this is what I do on a regular basis to keep my beard nice and together, man. Once you get used to doing it, it becomes a lot easier. You kind of in and out, you hit the beard, your beard looks nice, you're ready to go, you're ready for the weekend. You know what I mean? So again, fellas, I just wanted to jump in here, shoot this video. If you guys want to see how I actually fade this into the bald head, you guys can click on the card that pops up. Check that video out, man. It's a great video if you want to learn how to fade your beard into your bald head. But other than that, man, I just wanted to jump in here, share this video with you guys. It's been a minute, try to put out some content. I know you've probably seen a video like this a million times, but I just wanted to add a couple more things to this video, especially when it came to the straight razor and probably some other tips that you probably haven't seen. But listen, like always, man, this is your boy D Hyde. Again, fellas, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope the video was useful. If you're not following this channel, definitely think about subscribing if you like this type of content, man. And like always, you guys have a wonderful week, wonderful weekend. This is your boy D Hyde, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video. All right, peace out.